I don't know what it's up this year. This is the year of, like, clumsy. Freaking slammed my hand against the doorknob of my door, closing it to start the stream. I don't know what's up. Well, welcome. Welcome, y'all. We're back. Oh, that's right. We're back. I'm back. I'm back here by myself, accompanied by Pokemon. I'm gonna try here this time, but welcome. It's me, Platypete. The creature of the hour. I'm where? Where's the repel? Oh, there they are. I skipped to the repels. I'm changing location. I was looking over the videos, the VOD from when I caught the Legendary Beast the first time, and this feels like my best option. So, yeah, that's all. The only thing left to do, the final thing left to do in LeafGreen is to catch the roaming beast. In this case, it's Entei. Feels like a sports announcer. Today, we are on the field searching for the legendary beast. Today, that means Entei, the fire one. It's kind of like a big dog and a lion. It defies categorization. But I'm gonna go with this because it seems like it's reasonable. And unlike the Pewter City spot, it's just like, it's really short to get over here. I mean, it's similar to the Pewter City spot. I think this one just ended up being... This one just feels like it is, it's between this and Pewter City of like which one has more is more likely to spawn. I may as well walk through the actual, like, my understanding as gleaned from the decompilation project of how the roamers work. Whenever you change a zone, the roamer will pick a spot at random from the location group. Actually, I guess I should explain that. So there's location groups, right? There's a location group for each route where the beast can appear. And the beast can appear anywhere that's got grass. So it can't, like, Route 20, there's no, like, grass encounters. Route 20 and... no, Route 21 it actually can't, but Route 20 it can't appear. Route 21 it can, but only... I don't know if they can appear on the water. And then 25 doesn't have any grass, so they can't appear there. There's one location group for each of those, and then it's hard-coded, like, a collection of nearby areas that also belong to that group. So what happens is when the beast originally spawns, when the roamer originally spawns, it will pick one of those groups at random, and it will spawn, I believe it spawns in the first entry in that group. So, like, each of the location groups, the numbered route that it belongs to is the, like, first route in the collection, and then there's, like, randomly other ones increasing number, but it doesn't matter. So, like, Route 1's location group starts with Route 1, and then I think it also has Route 22, Route 2, and 21 on them, for example. And so when the roamer changes to the Route 1 group, it'll appear in Route 1. And unfortunately, there's no way to actually fly directly to a route that has grass on it because of the way they split up the map. So even if you knew which location group the roamer went to, which you can't, you'll never be able to appear, like, on that route. Because as soon as you cross a boundary of any kind, if you cross a border between two routes, or you, like, travel through, like, a loading screen, like if you go indoors or through the, like, passageways or, like, checkpoints, any of those times, the roamer will change to another route in the location group. Or I should say location. They're basically, all of them are routes, but I'll call them locations. It'll change to another location in that group. If you, or there's a small chance, I think it's like 1 in 12 chance when you cross a border or you do, like, a screen transition, like, you know, going in here makes the roamer move. There's like a 1 in 12, it's either 1 in 6 or 1 in 12 chance that the roamer changes to another location group. So it will eventually, if you're, you know, hopping back and forth across the boundary between two areas, eventually the roamer will go somewhere else entirely, a different group. If you fly or teleport or do any other kind of warp, like if you die and spawn at the, if you, like, all of your Pokemon faint and you spawn at the Pokemon Center, any kind of warp like that will force the roamer to change location group. So what I'm doing here is I'm basically checking this patch of grass, and then I'm forcing it to change group, and I'm just hoping that we get lucky. I'm hoping that I get lucky and it spawns here. Because the other trick is, because there's one group for each location, for each route where the roamer can be, that means that routes, each route can appear, like, multiple times in the table. When I was looking at the route tables, Route 5 shows up, like a lot of time, like 7 or 8 times in the table. So it's actually the most likely place for the roamer to go after you force it to, after you, like, you know, don't know where it's going to be, but it takes so long to get there that and it requires cutting a tree to get down into the grass that I kind of don't want to do it. It takes so long to get to any grass patch. I want to say Pewter City was a little better just because it also, Route 2 south of Pewter City also has a lot of also turns up a lot in the tables, but the journey to get there is faster. So I might switch to Pewter City after. I'll give this one until, like, if I've spent a half hour on this and I still haven't found it, then I'll switch to Pewter City, basically. But the idea here is that, you know, Route 5 tends to show up a lot because there are just all these adjacent routes to it. So, like, Route 4's table has 5 in it. Route 4's location group has Route 5. 24, I think Route 9 might be in there, and it also has Route 3 and some other ones. So Route 5 appears like in Route 4's table, it appears in Route 24's table, I think, because it's across from Cerulean. It appears in Route 9's table, it appears in Route 8's table. It appears in its own table, but if I fly to Cerulean and then I immediately go to Route 5, the roamer will never be there because if it's changed to the Route 5 table, then as soon as I go there, Route 5 group. As soon as like when I land in Cerulean, as soon as I cross the border, it will move somewhere else. And then Route 8 is much the same. Route 8 also has 5 in it. Route 7 has 5 in it. Route 6 group has 5 in it too. I think Route 10 might even. Anyway, I just opened the... Oh, I was supposed to actually fly. I basically, like, I opened my code editor and I, like, kind of highlighted each route and counted the number of occurrences. And Route 5 is the most plentiful by far, but it is also the hardest to do. I think Route 2 ends up showing up in a lot of tables too, because it's at, like, this intersection. Route 2 is at this intersection because Route 22 has grass on it, so Route 22... Actually, I think Route 23 counts too. Route 23 also has grass. So these two routes have it, and then Route 1 has it. I think Route 2 is in the Route 21 location group, maybe, even? I forget. There's a lot of, like, weird inclusions in the location groups. Suffice it to say that the one I'm picking now, I'm kind of just picking it on bias. On a pretty bad bias that this is where I encountered Suicune in Fire Red. I can admit that. And anyway, I'm just kind of hitting all of the grass tiles like almost twice before flying because, like, it's possible that I miss it, but, like, the odds are so low if I do this. The odds are very low that, like, if it is here that I will miss it, the odds are, like, basically nothing. And crucially, level 50. Level 50 is what all the legendary beasts are, unlike level 40, which is what they were in Gen 2. And what I was honestly expecting them to be level 40, but I'm glad that I looked it up back when I was doing the Fire Red arc. So yeah, just a little reiteration of how the code works. Crucially, oh, there was another part. Another part of the roamers. The previous 2 locations that a roamer went to are saved, and it will never go there. So it'll never go to the same location twice in a row, unless even when it changes area. There's like a special case for when it changes location groups. The game will make sure that the roamer doesn't go to whatever route it was just at. So it'll never go to the same route twice in a row, and it will never go to whatever route it was before that. So if it goes Route 1, Route 2, Route 3, then from Route 3, it'll never go to Route 1 or Route 2. It has to pick a different one. Oh, right, I have the repel already. But that's the key thing. That's the key thing once you actually have the Pokemon in the decks. I was really hoping to find something in the code that would help figure out, that would help me just get the first encounter, because the first encounter is the hardest one. Once I've got it in the Pokédex, then it just becomes a matter of abusing my knowledge of how the system actually works to get it to appear, or to make sure that we end up in the same place that it goes. I think at some point I think eventually I got to the point where I was actually just had the decomp open in my other screen, and I was looking to see, like, based on where it appeared after flying, like whether it would be in, like, what groups it would be in. Maybe tumbling? I felt a bunch of thumping. I don't know. Other people in my building have kids, and they like play indoors and stuff. They also have pets, dogs that will like run around and make noise. But I'm also like, I also have to kind of pay attention if somebody's at the door. I don't know. People usually ring the bell, and that one puts me on edge a little bit. That's all. I mean, I have my door closed. No way I'm not making too much noise. But anyway, we're looking for the fire creature, and it's going to take a while. I think for Suicune, I think I had to go a little bit over time, actually. And it may take a little longer this time because I don't have much the second to like reliably make it fall asleep. I want to check actually, because Veronimuth is kind of fast. She might be fast enough. I think I'm gonna give her, once we find it, I'm gonna give her Bimbles' Quick Claw just to be sure. Give her just like a little edge. A little extra chance to go first. Because that's the best chance I can have. And as far as I know, none of the beasts have a healing move. Suicune was the easiest because it doesn't have Roar, and Roar, I don't know why they didn't fix it in this one. This is a problem in Gen 2. But Roar counts as, like, completing the encounter with a wild Pokemon. It, like, ends the encounter. And that means that, with roamers, they are no longer on the map. So a roar is effectively like you killed it. Same as a Generation 2. I don't know why I didn't fix that, but anyway. I just have to be cognizant. As long as I load the save, it's fine. But I have to be cognizant of that as we go. It probably won't be a problem because, well, actually I have to check the PC, because I think I wanna... It basically won't be a problem until, I have reduced the roamer till, like, 1 HP, and it's asleep, excuse me. Because I'm gonna bring an Arena Trap Pokemon. I think I have a Diglett that has Arena Trap. I'm gonna bring that, and then the only danger is when it wakes up, because it'll inevitably wake up while I'm throwing Ultra Balls. When it wakes up, I will have to worry about it roaring to try and get out of the battle. Although more likely it'll just kill the Diglett. But Diglett basically, like, ensures that it can't run away unless it wakes up. It can't escape until it wakes up. Oh, I probably should have gone back after that repel. I didn't want to spend repel steps going into the Pokemon Center, but whatever. I'll check later. All we need now is to get Entei registered in the Pokedex. Just an Entei visitation. And you know what? I'm just going to do the one. I'm going to speed this up and just do the one time. Because 2, I think, is too much. It doesn't... We don't need it. I'm just using up repels faster. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's it. Once I run out of repels, I'll switch to a different location. I'll try Pewter. Because I know Pewter made the most sense after I had registered it. Because it gives you a lot of options of where to go. And it's like pretty easy to go to the related areas in that location group. Well, now I'm gonna go check on the Diglett now. Because I think Diglett... I forget. I thought... I think Diglett has 2 possible abilities, and I don't know that we got Arena Trap. Oh, I did. Perfect. Yeah. Unnamed Diglett will be the, it feels brutal. It's like holding down Entei so that it can't run away. Basically. Or like, I guess... I mean, Diglett is a mole Pokemon, but I guess it's acting a little bit like a gopher or something. Like, the hole is big enough that it's like made a little hole for each of Entei's paws, and it's like stuck in there. Or it's dug like a little pit. A little arena trap pit, so that it's, Entei's just kind of stuck. It can't run away in its sleep. That always bugged me. I think... I want to say Gen 2 roamers could not run if they were asleep. But I don't know. Maybe they could. Like, I thought once I got them asleep, they were stuck. I know that from Gen 3 onward, they can always run. They can always run unless you have Arena Trap or whatever Wobbuffet's ability is called. I think it's different. I think Wobbuffet has a different name for like the same thing. Shadow Tag? Is that right? I don't know. It's tempting to use a Master Ball as well, but I don't want to taint the collection. Because, like, it's, you know, it'll show that I used the Master Ball to catch it. For now and forever. Yeah. I'm trying to think about what to talk about. Is there any, like, game news? I don't think there is. I rewatched Dan Olsen's latest video, the Folding Ideas latest video on Call of Duty Ghosts being just a terrible game. And he said something that I wonder about, which is that Call of Duty became synonymous with video games. And, like, I don't know how much I believe that. Like, I kind of see... Well, no, you know what it was? It was, like, in the larger arena of, like, people outside of video gaming. When they thought of video game, they thought of Call of Duty. And it's not so much that I don't believe it, it gives me, like, a... it gives me, like, a bad, it feels like a bad vibes. Oops. I was like, do I need to put on a repel? I should put on. Also, I'm thinking that like maybe I should just change area. I don't have Nepenthes, so I don't really want to switch out somebody else just to get Nepenthes on the team. Then, so I might just do Pewter City like I was saying I would. Yeah. I'm pretty confident in my technique here. It does bother me that nobody says anything about the legendary beasts, because, at least in-game, because in Generation 2, in Johto, there's a whole thing about it. You encounter them and they, like, bounce off out of the burned tower. And, like, they didn't have to do that exactly, but I feel like there's no indication that there's a new Pokemon to catch. And that feels wrong. I feel like there's gotta be something and I just don't know about it. Some NPC somewhere that you can talk to on, like, the Sevi Islands. Or at least Bill. Like, even though, like, he's so far out of the way, you would never think to go talk to him again. Like, it would make sense if Bill said something, because he's all about legendary Pokemon. I don't know, Professor Oak. I guess Professor Oak is not tuned into, like, current events or anything. Like, he's not out in the field studying anything. So it kind of makes sense that he wouldn't know about. Although, no, I think he says he knows about, like, an area with new Pokemon never seen before. The additional 4 islands. Oh, anyway, I gotta take a quick break anyway. I guess I'll be right back, and even though I haven't used up all the Pels, I'll switch over to Pewter. So enjoy the music. I'm taking a quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back. What should we play? Ooh, this is a good one. I think? Yeah. Yerby? Okay. Back in action. Yeah, let's fly. Let's fly. Cause yeah, I don't know how common routes are. I keep going back and forth. I'm gonna use up the repels first. We'll stick to Route 7 and see, because I think it is where I first encountered this weird. I want to give it its due. Because I spent how much of last stream? It was like half an hour of last stream. I spent looking around for this guy, or excuse me, for this creature, critter. Trying to think. I do still wish that there is a better gender-neutral, like single syllable word to use for like general people, creatures, stuff. There kind of isn't one. I feel like guy almost is. Almost. It depends on your social circle. But there's no, like, general thing. And it's funny, because guy comes from a man's name. Like, all the... So many, like... so much slang for person. They originally come from, like, a man's name. Like, Buddy. Buddy is a man's name. Or Buster. Buster is also... I think Buster... I forget where it comes from, but Buster is, like, a derivative. Or a, diminutive, I think, of some kind. Yeah, Guy. I think Guy originally comes from William, because the French name Guy, Guy, unless I'm mistaken, is short for Guillaume, which is the French equivalent to William. So they're basically calling somebody Bill. Hey, Bills. And get a load of this bill. Sounds like you're talking about politics. It sounds like I'm talking about politics. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Getting dog ears or pigtails or whatever it's called. Pig ear? Hog ear? Hog ear? Is that it? Forget. It's where the people who don't like the bill, or people who don't like the bill but want to get through other stuff will like attach kind of unrelated things to it in the process. And it's really underhanded, but it, strangely, only one particular party seems to do it. And they get a lot of their nasty shit through. How about that? Anyway. But yeah, Buddy, I forgot. I think Buddy is short for... Actually, no. Buddy's short for, like, I think a collection of different names. But you also have, like, you know, famously Buddy Holly. Buster is famously Buster Keaton. I mean, and these are... Guy, Buster, and Buddy are just... I mean, Buster isn't even really used that much anymore, but, as slang for a person. But also, they've fallen out of use as names. I think because of that. I feel like Guy is kind of going that way too. But Guy also has the... I think Guy was so popular in its usage that it specifically came to mean a man. A human male person. Because you have like guys and gals. Gal, I think Gal also... I don't know what Gal is short for, but I think Gal is actually a woman's name, maybe? Or I don't know, actually. I don't know whether Gal is meant, it comes from a woman's name, or if it's just a, like, mutation of the word girl. Dunno. It's like... Because person is gender neutral, but it's 2 syllables, and so it's not good slang. And there's not really a good way to shorten it, because you either get son, which is already gendered word. That's no good. Or you get purse. Or purrs? Purr? Maybe? Purr? Nah. None of those really work. Hey, purr. Get a load of this purr. That almost sounds like a curse. Or it almost sounds like cur. Calling somebody a cur. Which I imagine used to be more distasteful of a word than it is now, where it's kind of antiquated, archaic, if you take my meaning. Yeah, maybe we could get Ms. Chop off Miss at the end of Mrs. and Mr. and you get Ms. Like one single S, Ms. It would take some convincing for the boys. But I think it could work. I think it could work, except that Mixer's kind of become... Mixer's become like the thing. Although, funny enough, Mixer is like an adaptation to the word Mister. It still kind of derives from the male version. I don't know. You kind of can't get away from it. I'm sure there's a better etymological... There probably is a way to come up with etymological slang for, like, non-gendered person name. Non-gendered person word. But I don't know where you would get it. Like, technically man etymologically is gender neutral, but it's by contrast to woman, which is deliberately gender specific, it has become also in opposition, I guess, to woman. It has become gendered and gender specific. That's where you get human, I think. I actually don't know the etymology of human. I'm gonna look it up. Etymology. Online etymological dictionary. Woman. From the from the old man, the language. It comes from humanus, of man, or human. Also humane. Part of PIE. Zgomon? Literally earthling or earthly being, as opposed to the gods. Yeah, so kind of man. The further you look from human, that's where you get it. I don't know, maybe person has a more useful etymology. I know that, I think it would come from the French personne, but... Does it have multiple? I mean, let's find out. I'm still on the page. From the old French, personne, which only has one N, unlike the modern personne. Meaning a human being, anyone, or person. I guess one kind of works. It feels very, what's the word? It's very, like, upper class, like high society. Oh, from the Latin persona. Oh, that's interesting. Person just comes from persona. Okay, time to reset, because I ran out of a rappel. But it meant, a human being, person, or personage, a part in a drama or assumed character. Originally a mask or false face, such as those of wood or clay? Oh, oops, I forgot what else. You can tell that it's not the roamer, that it's not the legendary beast because it has the normal Pokemon encounter music. Oh, covering the whole head. Okay, wait. And a mask or false face by covering the whole head. Worn by actors in later Roman theater. Persona as related to Latin personare, to sound through. Oh, so sona. Maybe? The long O makes a difficulty. Oh, that's all. But the long O makes a difficulty. A difficulty of, like, justifying that association, I guess. No, not summary. Dang it. Possibly borrowed from the Etruscan fersu, meaning mask. This is one of those words that's so old and not well documented that it's kind of hard to pick up on where it came from, I guess. I also like this square. This square is much easier to cover all the tiles of the grass. Use of person to replace man and compounds for the sake of gender neutrality is recorded in 1971 in chairperson. That makes sense, because women are coming into the workplace. If you want to designate like a title or a role that can be assumed by either gender, it's good to have a gender neutral one. I don't know. What's interesting is that thinking of French again, the equivalent for like guys, the equivalent for guy in French as like a noun instead of a personal name is Jean, G-E-N-S. It's singular, but it's G-E-N-S. French is weird. Which I believe is short for gentilhomme, so they take gentleman and they shorten it just to the gentle part. Or part of the gentle. Gentil got cut in half into just one syllable. Which I think is very interesting, because it comes from a gendered term, but the part that remains is not gendered. It's just gentle. That would never work in English, though, because you say gens. And Jen. That's just Jennifer. That's just short for Jennifer. Although, if anybody's going to insist on using a gendered, a person's name, a strongly gendered name to describe non-gendered groups, it may as well be a female name. You know, if we want to follow that process, though, Guy, Buddy, Buster, there are some gender-neutral single-syllable names in English that we could use. Max, Sam, oh, did I run out of the super repel? I didn't notice. Weird. I'm trying to think of other ones. Sam and Max are the ones I think of first. And I never even played Sam and Max. It's a game series largely unknown to me. I don't know. I feel like Sam kind of has... I don't know if Sam would work because Uncle Sam. It's already kind of attached to... If you're calling a person... If you're referring to a person as a Sam, that kind of sounds like... Oh, actually, surface-to-air missile as well. There's a little bit too much crossover with, like, military and government to make that work. But I think Max might work. Well, except that... Well, I don't know. The antiquated usage of max as short for maximum to the max. Like, people don't talk like that anymore, so maybe you could use max as a noun. Hey, Maxes. Get a load of this, Max. There's that. The more that I think about it and say it, it sounds like a slang. It sounds like made-up 50s slang. Mid-century, mid-20th century. Maybe Jen is the way to go. Copy the French and sound like you're saying a woman's name. It's gotta be more single syllable, like unisex, for lack of a better word, names that I'm just not thinking of. What's funny is that I read this years ago. We get the words man and woman from, like, not Anglo-Saxon, like old English, pre-English or whatever. Where you had man and then we man, so W-I-I-M-A-N. And man was technically gender neutral, but then you have we men as a specifically feminine prefix. And in common usage, it just becomes man. Man becomes that way. But I think it's odd that other languages do have distinct words for man and woman. Like French has and femme. Excuse me. Excuse me, Pidgey. I'm talking about language. Thank you. And so I guess they don't end up having that problem, really. In the same way that we use man as a suffix to describe a person who does something, like fireman, you know, or whatever. At least historically we do. Those are becoming, you know, chairman, I guess, becoming antiquated. The French kind of has this more like the suffix that doesn't really mean, that means like somebody, it just means like doer of. It's like, actually I don't know what I guess like a horseman in English would be, in French you take cheval as horse, is the word for horse, and then a horseman in French would be a chevalier. Although that can also mean a knight, because there's like baggage attached to that. But the cheval and then IER. The IER by itself doesn't really mean anything. It's not even part of a word. It's just more like a horser. It's a lot of words that we get that end in ER, that have an ER suffix to describe like person who does something, come from that French practice and the way that they built their nouns out of like verb for like a person who does a verb, verbs or whatever, a verber, verbier. Maybe the most obvious one is like chocolatier, or whatever. I don't know if it's pronounced chocolatier in English. I'm trying to think of a better. What's another example in English? I can't think of one. Yeah. And not that person is necessarily a bad word to be using. Like it's not all that long. 2 syllables is not all that long. It's just kind of, it's very dry. It's kind of clinical. It sounds like if you're using person a lot to describe as a gender neutral word for non-specific person, non-specific or like a group, it just like feels, it just naturally feels weird. It feels like you're writing a scientific paper or a report. There are probably other examples of English being gendered in ways that we don't notice, because they've become so common that the original gender dissociation is antiquated, archaic. Man, I've really been doing this for 3/4 of an hour. I'm feeling it in my thumb joint a little bit. It's the trouble with this. Like, there's not really a good version of the Game Boy Advance for me. The GBA is the right size. It's the right size and the form factor is good, but the buttons are not great. They're a little mushy, and like the D-pad takes a little bit too much work to be sure that I'm pressing it, where I'm definitely putting more pressure than I need to. Whereas the GBA SP has great buttons and D-pad. But select and start are recessed a little bit too much to be easily pressed, and more than that, it's too small. It's tiny. I don't know. I know there's mod kits to get tactile switches on the GBA, but I'm too worried. I only have one GBA. I'm too worried to damage it, and I'm like too cheap to send it away. I also don't want to send it away while I'm still in this series. I don't know where that came from. Oh wait, did the rappel wear off again? I guess I can just try to use it and find out. And I will switch to Route 5. Maybe when I'm down to 10 rappels, I'll switch to Route 5. Or like after the midstream break. Oh, it's so frustrating because I found Suicune. You know what? I'm impatient. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try Route 5 anyway. It's gonna be slower, but gosh, they're really thumping around down there. Or over there. I'm actually not even sure which direction from me the thumps and thuds are coming from. But here's somebody running around. Just making some noise. What hurts is not knowing. Like, I know I did all the things. I beat Team Rocket. Actually, I'm gonna take a peek and see if Cerulean Cave is open. I think that means that... Can I even see it from here? Okay, it means if Cerulean Cave is open, that should mean that the roamer is out there. I hope. Yeah, I might just go with Route 5 for now because it is the most. It shows up everywhere. It shows up so many places. If we're betting on percents, then this is the most likely place. Oh, also, why am I? You should be here so that I can just fly faster. Why do I have my menu all messed up? Oops. Oh, what should I do? Actually, I wonder. Out of things to do. What is a train? That almost feels like a documentary or something. What is a trainer? Should we search inside of ourselves? Or must we rely on the judgment of others? Do trainers dream? Yeah, there's not much help from the help screen. At least not for my specific situation. What was it? I thought I found somewhere that somebody was talking about... Somebody on Reddit was talking about something that helps you find the roamers, but I think they were confused. I don't know, I'm getting kind of desperate. Just like hasn't been here. And I know how the repels work. It's any Pokemon at the leading team member's level or higher will still appear. So, level 50, it'll show up. It'll be there. I haven't done any training for Scythian. She's remained at level 50 since we used her to catch the Suicune, so I know it works. It's just kind of nerve-wracking. I mean, ultimately, it's random. There's no guarantee that I find anything. No guarantees in Pokemon. Except for the Master Ball, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Cerulean in Route 5. If I keep changing routes, I'm potentially, like, messing things up. Oh, hey, Mav, welcome. How you doing? I noticed you've been playing Wobble Dogs on stream. I ought to do that some more, at least in my own time. Gosh, the creature. It's not here. It's an easy game just to putz with. Yeah, for sure. I was thinking that if I ever stream it again, I might adopt one or two from the website you told me about. That'd be a fun way to spice things up. Yeah, I can't remember what you did last time. Just do something new. Yeah. I'm so sentimental, though. I was thinking about it. I was like, if I'm gonna adopt any new dogs or do things like that, I'll have to, like, free up space by letting some of the older dogs pass on first. Because I'm like, I wouldn't feel right putting them away in a box or deleting them or whatever. They're creatures with their own lives. I gotta let them live them out. Like I do the Pokemon in this game, yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, I guess I've only released like a few Pokemon in this one, right? In this playthrough across the several games in the playthrough. Only a handful. Like the core team members are going to kind of live in their own games forever. Like, that's the thing. Tansy, I guess Velocity is going to get traded. No, Velocity is going to live here too, because I already have an Aerodactyl. But yeah, all Frog the Second, Tansy, Voltage, Thimbles, and Veronimoth, they're never discarded though. They just live here. They live here forever. Frog the Second's child is going to be the one that grows up in Emerald. gosh. I've been doing this the whole stream. We're coming up on the hour mark. Guys, actually, you know what? The Pokemon that are gonna get discarded are the, like, dozens of Zigzagoons, Raltses, and, like, whatever else is that I have to catch in Emerald, and then in order to trade through... for the other ones. That's weird. Like, I've already caught a huge number in my copy of Japanese Ruby to facilitate the trading, and I've got to do it again when we get to Emerald, just to make it happen. Oh, you should release a Wobble Dog to see if it's a Chivo. Maybe. Oh, I kind of hate... That's something I kind of hate about achievements, though. They make you do stuff that are, like, you would never otherwise do, or that are, like, against your own interests. I think some games had the right idea about achievements. Like, I want to say old Halo games did, where, like, you would do, like, a really weird... Well, I'm kind of torn on it. I kind of like the achievements that are, like, really weird things that you might not think to do, but also it sort of cheapens the achievement of doing that thing. Like, get up to this high cliff edge that's difficult to navigate to. And in, like, a Halo game, they would put a skull up there, and then you can activate the, like, Grunt birthday skull or whatever. Oh, with Wobble Dogs, you can clone a dog before you let it go. Oh, that's true. Then it just becomes like the Prestige, where you have all these, like, you know, dead duplicates of Wobble. I guess they're not dead, they're released. Actually, where do you release them to? Where does the Wobble Dog go when it's released? Is the game actually encouraging you to be a menace to society? Oh, just don't ask. Okay. This is the thing that we don't talk about. It's Jacob Geller's next video, the what we don't talk about when we talk about Wobble Dogs. I don't know. Watch anybody else watch Jacob Geller regularly? It's a good video, the what we don't talk about when we talk about Spec Ops: The Line. It's very good. You have to let one dog die for a Chivo. Yeah, I mean, well, is it that you let them die from neglect or just from old age? Because they all eventually pass. That's the natural order of things. That's like healthy environment. Letting a Wobble Dog live its Wobble life. But yeah, old age and then more Chivos when they get eaten. Yeah. I mean, and that's just practical. Let the dog get eaten by the other dogs. Like, in a way, they're gonna get... In a way, if you buried the dog somehow, and then it returns to... It gets, like... You know, it degrades and gets eaten up by microbes and stuff. The chemicals that made up its body are returned to the earth, and they become, like, plants. They get eaten by some other animals, or that grow into something that's used in dog food, and then the dogs are eating dog food, and it just gets back into the, like, phosphor and water cycle and everything. It's just more efficient. Just feed the dog straight to the other Wobble Dogs. Oh, Memorial... Oh, I forgot that the dog cores. Memorialize the core and regret letting it die, and then clone the ghost dog. Wait, ghost dog? There's a lot more to Wobble Dogs that I never encountered, it sounds like. Oh, also, I didn't acknowledge that it's October now. First stream in October this year. I'm only regretting doing this Generation 3 Pokédex challenge a little bit because I wanted to do... I lined up a bunch of games that I want to do for Spooky Month, but I guess I can do them without and pretend that it's October when it's time to. Because because I want to play System Shock Remake and System Shock 2. And what was the other one? I guess Sorry We're Closed is horror, but I could justify playing that anytime because it's a great game. Oh, pretty sure the images on the Wobble site show the ghost dog. Oh, so maybe I just didn't look at those screenshots. I mean, hey, that just speaks to how much there is to do in the game. All the more to enjoy it. It's funny, I haven't used my Steam Deck very much, but because I didn't have to, because it was like I paid with a gift card for like all but like $50 of the price. It's basically free. It was basically a gift. And so I don't feel too bad that I'm not using it. The one thing I want to use it for is to be able to play movies and TV shows for friends. I got like an adapter for an HDMI cable, so I can just bring it around to friends' places and be like, hey, we can just watch this whole show that I have downloaded onto my Steam Deck. Or maybe Chromecast it. I don't know if it... Oh, Wobble Dog is not gone unless the core is destroyed or eaten. Oh, I see. I feel like eating the core has got to do some cool stuff, though, right? It's like you gotta, like, I gotta at least experiment with it. I've got to at least experiment with that. See what kind of gut biome gets created by eating a dog core. Oh yeah, and it's not, and if you cloned it, then, yeah, that's true. If you cloned it, then it's not gone either. It's never really gone. Okay, how many repels do I have left? I have a few, but it's high time for the midstream break. Even though I had a break earlier, I'm gonna do it at the middle of the stream anyway, and I'm gonna try and do a little research. I can do a little research on the rumors and see if there's any, like, help or hint or anything for it. I'm hoping that there isn't something that I skipped that's like obvious, because I was going a little fast. But I'm gonna put on music. Well, we had Metroid Prime a minute ago. Oh, Pokemon. Okay, Pokemon music incoming. So, yeah, enjoy the music, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I've decided to go back to pewter. It'll be kind of annoying to listen to, maybe, but oops. Maybe I can switch to the stream thing, I guess. Again. I'll switch to the stream music again, because it'll be more annoying to listen to everything. Here we go. Yeah, and it's just gonna play through the... there we go. It's gonna play down the Pokemon Gold and Silver soundtrack. Okay! On, Mav brought the rat. Thanks for the rat. Did you name any of your Wobble Dogs Cheeser? If you got a particularly, like, rat-like one. Also, to explain myself, I think this is going to be a lot faster. Crossing the border back and forth like this, I think, is going to be faster than flying back and forth. And it'll make the repels last longer. So. Oh, you know you can get a jog to look like cheese. I can see that. Like it turns into like a wedge or like a Gouda, like a cheese wheel. You know what? I'll just do a square. Let's do that square. We'll do a lap around the square. And then I think my save is still in pewter, so we're gonna end it right back here. Oh, which is nice. I just have to listen to the start of while y'all enjoy the music. Oh wait, I got the things backwards. Oops. Okay, well, I resumed the. There we go. Alright. Time to distract myself from the tedium. You know, I heard that I think Jane Goodall just recently passed away like a day or two ago. He seemed pretty cool. I watched Hank Green did a video about something that I think I haven't heard anybody talk about when they talk about her work, is that she really reshaped how we think about animal behavior and psychology. It was really important. He was talking about one of the an easy pitfall in scientific studying endeavors to get kind of a little too used to the tools and things and like rules around how to do certain things that are valuable, but it's important to recognize when they're holding you back from greater understanding. Like, it's important not to anthropomorphize animals, but it's valuable to recognize what behaviors are kind of similar. Oh, oops, I gotta reset. Well, that one thing, a big thing that Jane Goodall did was to describe patterns of behavior that in chimpanzees that certainly look like, you know, grief or play or, you know, tool making. Which is arguably, if you're not careful, that can be anthropomorphic. You can be treating them too much like human. But it's important to recognize that, like, hey, these patterns look like play or instruction or, like, you know, social behavior and even culture. Because, like, I think that he doesn't say this, but I think the part of the reason that scientists before her, and even during her time, during her early study and work, were just like convinced that humans are special in a way that separated them from the animals, like in a very kind of, whether they knew it or not, kind of a Christian bias of like humans having this elevated consciousness and animals being a separate thing. Yeah, you saw a video about a chimp that seemed really human. It was debated if it was part human or just a genetic offshoot. Oh, you mean like it was a chimpanzee that... Did it not look like other chimpanzees? Like it had some different... Because I mean, chimpanzees do have very human faces, and like they're very expressive. So I know I can imagine just a regular old chimp, in the right circumstances and the right behavior would be very human-like. And they famously also share like the largest amount of genes in common with us than any other animal. But yeah, if it was just like, there could be some mutations that would make a chimpanzee seem more human than its relatives and its other kind. Yeah, it acted very human, like it would get a drink from the fridge when you finished yours without asking. Oh, you mean it would give... That is just like it's like a butler. It sounds like a servant. I mean, that's the thing to worry about, right? Like, animals, labor animals are like a constant element of domestication. And, you know, if it's something that can be unsettling is to think like, hey, if we're using animals for labor and for other kinds of work, then like it's generally without their consent. Like, how consensual can that be if we consider them to be more intelligent than just, you know, tools for our use, which is historically how I think a lot of people have viewed animals. Oh, it wouldn't interact with other chimps. Oh, is that the fact of it being like a rescue though, or what? I'm curious about this example. Like, was this a chimpanzee who was like born in a chimpanzee community and raised by them, or was it like, did it have like an unusual upbringing? Chimp would do things without training or being asked. That is really interesting. Because I mean, I also wonder how much of that is also just like chimpanzee. Do other chimpanzees do? Well, I guess I'll take it on your word that you said that it was acting more human than chimpanzee. So, I mean, it's interesting, right? Like we share a lot in common. I know that said, it's also. Oh, you think it was raised by humans? I mean, so that's going to be part of it, right? It came from some village. I guess my question is like, the natural question I have is like, did it implicitly have some training just by observing the humans who raised it and like being around them? Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like nurture is playing a big role in its behavior as an adult, or however old it was. I'm presuming that this is an adult chimp when they were studying it, but could be juvenile as well. Yeah, that might be it, but we don't know. Yeah. It's because it falls into a similar category in my mind as Coco the gorilla, who I think she's rescued from poachers, and she was raised by by a lady who, I mean, famously unless I'm mistaken, she kind of knew sign language, but not really, because the way that people who know American Sign Language have talked about Coco is that she's not really... The way that she signs is not really like... It doesn't read like language. Even if you really read into the signs to understand what she's saying, like if you give her a lot of leeway, she's not really speaking the way that a sign language user would speak. Like, she's kind of just using individual words and things. And yet I think there's this line where like Coco was clearly communicating things. At least it seems to me. But her caretaker was also, you know, doing a lot of work to cover that ground, where like Coco would not have been able, if somebody knew American Sign Language came in without the handler, without her caretaker or handler, however you want to phrase it, and tried to communicate, like she would not, there would not be like, you know, American Sign Language people would not be able to understand her reliably. We really haven't done a study of raising a chimp from birth as a human. Yeah, and that seems like a very sketchy proposition, honestly. It kind of comes down to like a question of consent and also, I don't know, it's like, I don't know if that's something that we should be doing. Because, like, what would it, I don't know what the point of that would be. It's like, it reminds me of the guy who was trying to teach dolphins to speak, which is very sketchy. But even on its base premise, I think it was not a good idea. It seemed to be very what's the word I'm looking for? There's not like respect for the animals. Oh, someone tried. Oh, I guess to raise a chimp among people, but the chimp was already older, and the boy they raised it with started acting more chimp. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. I forget the details, I forget the names, but I heard about that, where a couple was raising a chimp and their son at the same time, and the son was like acting chimp-like, and it's very... That feels a little bit karmic, because in my mind, we shouldn't be doing that. Let animals grow and mature among their own. And then study how they are in their own groups. It's like, because a much more appreciable study, and I'm curious where it is now, because I heard about it years ago and I haven't heard anything since. I haven't read anything. But I know there was a study trying to understand how dolphins communicate and actually build a device that they could use to imitate their sounds. And so the researchers could go underwater, and with this machine they could like speak dolphin. That's like the goal. The goal was to be able to speak to like a pod of dolphins. We put human language genes into some rats, and the rats were shunned and became sad. Wait, what? This sounds like dark, like Nazi scientists in dark bunkers doing this shit. Yeah, the human just told me to fuck off. Oh. Was it... Wait, are you saying the rats were shunned by the, like, control rats? Or did the researchers shun the rats? Like, throw insults at them? That's weird. I also find myself skeptical of the idea of identifying language genes, because like the truth of genetics is that yes, there are certain genes that have like a strong connection to certain behavior and brain development, but like other seemingly unrelated part of the genetic code will turn out to be relevant somehow, and like this keeps happening in genetic research, where it's like, oh wait, this segment isolated by itself is not just like, there are other parts that are also relevant to the language thing, and we thought they were pointless parts of the gene, but you remove them and now like a mouse can't squeak or something because you removed some seemingly pointless structure or whatever. Oh, what was the other mice? Oh, it was mice when they were babies. They were shunning the human language mice. It's so weird. Oh, nice. I just realized the national park music is playing while I'm doing this. That feels pretty appropriate, actually. They squeaked differently. I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like, oh yeah, enjoy your dinner, Matt. I think the last thing I'll say on that is like, what the heck? I don't know what they were what the researchers were expecting with like because the other part of human language is you can't just speak human by changing genes in like that affect the brain center, because you need the mouth structure, you need the musculature to do that. So I'm like, what did they want? What did they think would happen? I'm really curious about this study now. I've also been able to avoid getting driven crazy by this music, so that's something good. I feel like... Oh, you had more. Another study let rats drive tiny cars and the rats felt better. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, they felt better afterwards and had snacks. Yeah, it was like an enrichment activity. That was awesome. I need to look that up again, because they definitely had some video of that. That reminds me of the bees playing with little colored balls. Like a ball pit, bee ball pit. That was cool. Again, tying in with Jane Goodall, the late Jane Goodall, the late great Jane Goodall. Considering that, you know, insects might play, they might engage in play activity, and bees seem to do that. They would go out of their way to go to the ball pit. Because I think the experiment was that they had the ball pit in between the hive and source of nectar. And then they kept the same hive, but they reorganized the ball pit to like a T junction so that it was somewhere else. And the bees could have a direct line to the nectar source, but then if they wanted to, they could diverge. And it was typically like the younger bees would participate more and play with it. And the video is so cute because they will like kind of latch onto the side of the ball and like roll around with it. They kind of like move it around and kind of slide along. It's awesome. Tying it back into Pokemon, I remember there's like, I want to say, is it Pokemon X and Y that introduced Pokemon and like you can have interactions and play with the Pokemon on the bottom screen? I'm interested to do that one when I get there. I'm pretty far along in Pokemon White too, so I'm almost done with Gen 5. I'm tempted to just get a bunch of legendary Pokemon and try to, like, you know, not cheat necessarily, but just sort of, like, slam through the Elite Four without having to worry about anything. But I'm also... I'm sentimental. I'm attached to all my Pokemon. I have an Ampharos and a Azumarill. I picked, Peg starter. I cannot remember it. Pignite, Emboar, going from the top down. Emboar, Pignite. I forget what the starting stage is, but it's an Emboar now. Oh, okay, restart. Who else do I have? I keep wanting to replace the Azumarill because it's huge power, but I've got like Surf and Aqua Tail, and it feels wrong having both moves when I only really need Surf. I was trying to pick a water Pokemon that has good special and that isn't super slow. But then, what else do I have? Ampharos. I have a bug Pokemon or poison Pokemon? I usually do. Can't remember my team for some reason. Oh, I have an Espeon, because I've never had an Espeon. And he's cool. I called him Houdini because I couldn't think of a better, like, magician or magic user's name. Maybe I could have called him Tuxedo Mask. I feel like Umbreon would be better. Tuxedo Mask would be a better name for Umbreon. Maybe... Oh, wait. Well, do I want to keep... I mean, ideally, I would get a boy... Because for Pokemon Coliseum, ideally I would get a male Umbreon and a female Espeon, but I think the ratio is too... It's skewed boy for Eevee and its evolution, so that'd be so difficult to get. But if I could, that would be perfect, because I could have Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. Or I could give them their, like, real names. I don't know Sailor Moon well enough to remember what Tuxedo Mask's name it is. I know it's Usagi for Moon. Poor clumsy Usagi. I'd have to look up Tuxedo Mask's name because I don't remember it. But we'll see. We'll see when we get there. I don't know if it would be appropriate, but maybe if they're both boys, I could name the Espeon the alien boyfriend guy, who I think is just in a movie. I forget. I watched a video talking about Sailor Moon recently, like the true nature of the true queer nature of Sailor Moon. They discussed that, but I forget if it was part of the actual anime or manga continuity or if it was separate. It might have been separate. Or actually, since there are 5 evolutions, maybe it'd be worth picking a different collection, like a group of 5 characters. We'll see. The trouble with using Sailor Moon characters is that I don't know the show at all, and I would want to get the genders right, and that would take a long time. Like, I already have a boy Eevee to trade over from Fire Red, who I already named, so... you know what? I already named him, didn't I? I already named I already picked a name that had to do with its, element. I don't know, maybe... I'll see when I get to Coliseum. Coliseum is a little ways away yet. Not the least of which because I can't find this frickin' Entei. And what bugs me here is that it is such a small chance. It's such a low chance for the roamer to change location group that it is possible that I'm here forever. It feels like it's almost more likely that I'm here forever than I was if I just kept flying. Maybe I'll just keep doing the square. I feel like that was working. That's enough grass tiles. Apparently it's a 1 in 4 chance. It's a 25% chance to encounter the roamer if it's here. So it really shouldn't take that many steps to get it. Like going with a proper... I forget what it's called. There's like a distribution with random chance. Like after 8 tiles, I'm very highly likely to have encountered it. The pain. And I know the legendary beasts show up in Coliseum. I'm pretty sure they do. I don't know how hard they are to get, though. That's something that, thinking of Coliseum again. I'm weighing up whether to use the Pokeball exploit or not. I think I shouldn't. I think I shouldn't, because even though the game is, like, supposedly punishing, I don't want to cheat. I don't really want to cheat or exploit that bad. I'm tempted to exploit here. It's really tempting. You know what, since I was saying 1 out of 6, maybe I should do 6 laps like this, and then fly. So what is that? I mean, this will have been 6. I'll use up my repel, and then I'll start doing that. Oops. Oh, right, I gotta switch you. For ease of use. Easier fly access. That's 1 lap. A 2. A 3. A 4. 5. A 6. Gee, thanks, Mr. Owl. Part of it is that part of this is that it's like straining my thumb a little bit. I could switch to the GameCube controller. Give my thumb a little bit of a rest. Oh yeah, it's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6. Also, I'm sweating a lot tonight. I don't know why. It's finally got cold. With the start of fall. And I'm dressing a little bit warmer. Just because they haven't turned the heat on in my building yet. But it's not, it's like it's not quite cold enough. So I don't know. Maybe I always sweat when I'm streaming. Ah, flip's sake. Get out of the way, Ranita. I'm not looking for you. I don't know how I got so lucky. I got so lucky with the Suicune. What is this? 3? I'm gonna say this is 3. 4. 5. Oh, but I got so lucky, 6. I got so lucky, sis. Like at the start of the stream, I didn't see it at all when I started chasing it. And then the stream afterward, like, immediately got it outside of Celadon. Like, went east of Celadon and it was just there. What is this, 3? This is 3. Four, 5, and a 6. Checkmate. Check and mate, sir. Oh, Goldenrod, I don't even get to hear it. Sad. One of these days I'll figure out a solution to be able to, hear the game music and additionally hear, like, the full audio that's going on. To be able to monitor the audio as well. Oh wait, no. I've only done 2 laps? Anyway. The solution I was gonna have is to get a second set of speakers, because I have speakers I got speakers that, they're connected to the monitor, so they're basically gonna output. If I switch the inputs, then I'll get audio from whatever the input is. Which is nice and easy. And then I can pipe my headphones through it. And I don't want to monitor the game audio because it's just from OBS because there's too much delay. It's like slightly too much. Like I can see it looking at it. It's like a few frames, which is too much for me. I'm too much of a perfectionist. I also lost count. I'm gonna say this is 6. Yeah, I was gonna get a second set of speakers and I would just play those loud enough so I can hear them, but of course, because I've got a directional mic, it won't come in through the microphone, hopefully. And that will allow me to, that way I can enable the stream alerts again, the like stream elements alerts thing, so that we can get those like few sound effects and stuff that I set up ages ago. Because I guess I haven't played like a PC game on my computer since then. Since like for like a long time already. And so I've just had them switched off all this time. I'm gonna say that's 5. I'm probably wrong. It's 6. Wait, oh, finally! Oh my god. Ah, Entei is... He looks like... excuse me. That Max looks like it's fallen over. Let's see if we're faster. We are. Scythian's faster. She's not doing a lot of damage. Oh, finally. Okay. I feel bad because I forgot to switch the audio, so we didn't get to hear the encounter music, but we will. Alright. I've got Velocity here and Veranomoth. Oops. Finally. Okay. Give the... Where is it? Quick Claw. I've got all this extra stuff that I picked up on the islands. Okay, cool. We are set up. We're set up to go. It's just gonna be annoying to go through the Pokédex just doesn't remember. The annoying thing is the Pokédex doesn't remember where your cursor was, so I have to just do this. Or wait. Kanto? Just... No, I have to go national. Cool. Although it does remember, it remembers here until I exit the Pokédex, and it does not remember cursor location. Okay. All right, you've gone totally across the world. All right, cool. I'm gonna go. So now, I'm actually gonna go get Ultra Balls because I don't think I have Ultra Balls. Because I don't think I have enough. So let's go. Yeah, I've only got 10. Okay, let's get a nice round 5th. There's no way I'm going to need that many, but this is my playthrough and I get to decide. Nice. All right. Oh, you know what? I forgot. What I was going to do when I finally encountered Entei is I was going to just throw an Ultra Ball and see if we get it. It's just YOLO ball. In the, not 11th hour, let's say in the like 9th hour, it finally turned up. Plenty of time to catch it. Oh, right, I have to actually see if it's here. I'm like, oh, I could just go. Basically, I'm gonna just fly until it's until it's like in an area that I can go to. Okay, so no. Basically, so now I think if it turns up in Route 3, 4, 23, 22, 1, or 21, I should stay. I should go south and try to find it. If it turns up in Route 2 or anywhere else, then I just fly again and keep flying until it's time. And actually, I'm going to save because now this is all the setup we need. 25 hours into the game and it is time to encounter the dog. I wonder how many hours it's going to be into LeafGreen where I'm like really speeding through it. Okay, so we skip with fly time. And I'm gonna keep the game audio now because I'm not gonna be flying so often that it's gonna. Oh, that's right. Because I'm flying to Pewter, it doesn't even change the music. We just get to enjoy it. It's not my favorite remix in this game, but it's alright. Okay. Oh, the party sprite for Entei is so goofy. I guess I'll appreciate it more when we catch it. There's just so much detail on Entei that fitting it into such a small space, it seems like it's... There is no winning. There's no winning there. Oh, I forgot to get... I should get the Diglett. The unnamed Diglett. That's the other Pokemon that we need here. Diglett. Diggly-dig, diggly-dig. I guess Bimbles can go, because he unfortunately does not have any moves or abilities to help me here. He's a slow boy. Cool. I guess, and this is kind of the order. Velocity is up here just because I want fly access. Veronima, Scythian is going to wear it down. Veronima sleeps, and then Diglett Arena Trap. Go, Diglett. Dig a pit. Dig a little battle pit. Not yet. Be ready. Get your digging claws ready, Diglett. Maybe I should have traded Maul over from Fire Red. Oh, this is good. I think I can work with this. Luckily, I always had this worry that like if you take a long time in an area, the roamer might leave, but it kind of doesn't. It seems it sticks around a while. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. Perfect. Oh gosh, I got it. And there's no quick up and down the list because Eleanor always opens the help menu. Oh, I still have repel. Okay, cool. Yeah, now we get to hear it. I think wing attack is a good one here. I don't have to worry about knocking it out even with a crit. Okay. Now let's see if it changed location group, or if I can just keep going. It changed group. Cool. This is a good time to save, because I also picked up Diglett. Yeah. But I am now committed. I think I'm going to be going past the normal end time of the stream. I'm committed to making this happen. I'm going to run late just to, oops. I forgot to check the thing. I'm going to run late just to catch the Entei. And I guarantee this is going to go faster than before because I'm already... Scythian is already doing big damages. She's going to be taken to court over this kind of damage. Small claims court for damages to the Entei. And I won't be able to pay it because I won't be able to pay any fines or fees because I spent all my money on the game corner. Not even gambling, just to buy the prizes. Just to buy enough tickets. I gotta go home with the big, like, Lego set or whatever. I don't know. What do they even have it? What do they even have at arcade prize areas? They even have anything cool anymore? I think the last thing I would have gone to is a Dave & Buster's, because I love the Star Wars game with the joystick. And the, I think they also had the pod racing game with the two, like, throttle controls for, like, each engine. That was cool. It's like, I always wanted to make that control scheme work in Episode 1 Racer for the N64, because you could do, there's a cheat. You have to use cheat codes to do it. There's that cheat where you can do controller ports 1 and 3. You could use them to do the analog sticks. Each analog stick controls the throttle of the engines. I gotta learn a little more about that control scheme, because maybe I should I could do a stream eventually one day. I could do a stream one day where I try and play the whole game like that. Because once you know the junkyard exploit for Episode 1 Racer, it actually gets pretty easy. N64 version is the hardest one, though. Just because the frame rate is so slow, it's like got the reaction... Your ability to react and to turn quickly is very, very diminished. like the PC, Dreamcast, whatever else versions, way easier. But as far as I know, the N64 is the only version that has that alternate control scheme still, you know, lingering around in the code for you to use. Oh, weird. It is on Route 25. I thought there was no grass there. How? I mean, I guess there is water. So I was wrong in my description earlier. Route 25 does have a location group. I guess it has to be the water. I mean, I did encounter... In Hoenn, I did encounter Latias over the water, or Latios, one of them. But they're flying Pokemon, so it made sense. Okay, it might be in the location group, let's see. I'm gonna have to buy more repels soon. And regular old repels are gonna be good enough too. I don't need to get max repels really. Oh, it's not in the right group. Nope. It was kind of a stretch, though. Oh, wait. I could have gone to Route 3, the doofus. I forgot, because Pewter gives you access to Route 2 and 3. That's why I picked it. I picked it because it was like a reliable way to go about this process. Or it just gives you more options, like basically opens up more groups. And if Entei started in Route 4, that means that Route 3 is in the group. Oh. So Route 2 might be in the group, but I have a feeling that as soon as that crosses border, Entei is going to go to Route 2, and then I just like won't be able to get it. Yeah, yep. Here's what I'll do. I will anticipate it going to Route 3, even though I think it's not in this location group. And if it's not here, then I can head back to Route 2 and it might return there. Like, basically, going back into town, it'll move to another location, and then now that I've moved it again, Route 2 is no longer in the route history, so it can move here. Let's see if it did. See, I'm playing smarter. Smarter, not harder. Yeah! I know the secrets. I have peered behind the curtain. And revealed the truth. Maybe I should write a guide on this thing. Wing attack for now. Just don't crit, whatever you do. Nice. Okay, we're very good. 2 more encounters, and then the setup will be done, and I can switch. I can start putting Diglett in front. Stave every step of the way. Save every step of the way. This is going really well. I'm surprised. I guess the game... It feels like the game is going easy on me now that... Oh, you know what? I didn't need to fly because Entei could still... Okay, never mind. I'm being a goofus. I could have stuck around and, like, started to... I could have stuck around and, like, moved... just, like, changed area and see if it remains in the location group. Oops. So, I'm not playing that smart. I just kind of... But I'm playing smart enough. I might need another repel, but we are about to get it down to 1 HP. I hope there aren't any trainers I haven't fought here. Okay, good. I think I came back and fought them all. Desperate for levels. Yeah. All those people telling you to go to Saffron City are wrong. Pewter is the place to be. It's out in the wild. Okay, false swipe. It's out in the middle of, like, the wilderness. It's perfect. Now, this part gets a little bit hairy because Veranomoth only has a 75% chance to hit. Oh, I did it! I did it again. I can't believe it. I didn't have to fly. I could have just gone. I could have just gone to another area. But Veranomoth does not have a reliable chance to hit here, and that's a problem. She is fast, and she has the Quick Claw to help, to, like, ensure that she lands first. That like, she has, like, all of the advantages here that we need. Also, if you're wondering why Scythian is holding a rare candy, Scythian is one of many Pokemon that I'm using to send items from the games I've already played to Emerald, and rare candy is a good one to send. I don't know what the total number of rare candies I've collected is, but I'm counting them up. I'm slowly taking inventory. Because that way I'll be able to gauge how many levels I actually need to raise, like a Dragonair, Pupitar, and whatever like highest evolution. I forget what the hardest evolution is in Owen in 3rd gen, but like there's at least 3 that have like really high level requirements. Lyron, maybe? I want to say Lyron evolves into Aggron at like 55, something like that. It's always the big dinosaur, like I forget what there's a category of like bipedal dinosaurs that I forget what it's called, but they're always they tend to be the big ones, them and dragons, and it makes sense for dragons. Dragons are supposed to be like long-lived creatures, and so they take a long time to grow. Sounds almost like a planter, like I'm growing it in a jar, though. Dratini in a jar. Get yours today. Come here, Entei. See, as well, Entei did just go right back to the route it was on before, so maybe I don't totally understand the setup. Actually, it's at least as likely that Entei just changed location group and happened to go to the route that it was on previously. But you guarantee will not hit the same route twice. Hey, Mav. Look, I got Entei in the decks, and I'm getting very close to catching it. How was dinner? Something good, I hope. Gosh, it'll be so good to see the Emerald Pokédex with it filled out as well. Oh, Hardee's. I don't think I've had Hardee's. It's like kind of diner fare, diner kind of fast food. Also, I think Entei's in the wrong place now. Let me check again. I don't think it's going to come here. Actually, is Hardee's one of those places that, like, in some foreign countries, it, like, in, like, Australia, it's called something else? Like Hungry Jack? Or I might be thinking of something else. Oh, burgers and ham. Ham is an interesting one. Burgers and ham. Oh, Carl's Jr. is what I'm thinking of. You're right. Yeah, although, for whatever reason, burgers and ham reminds me of, there was this, what would you call it? There's this, drugstore at my, grandparents' town when I would visit them that, you know, it was a drugstore, but they had, like, the diner counter. Oh, their menu's very cholesterol-filled. Yep, I believe you. Great for longevity, of course. But the ham thing reminded me of these pressed ham sandwiches that I would get going to my grandparents' town. Because this is like decades ago, before I even considered being vegetarian. But they were very good. Nice thin pressed ham sandwiches and milkshake. I would always get that in a milkshake because they would make the best milkshakes. And they would give you the like mixer like thing to fill up. It was so much. There was like 3 whole servings of one milkshake. And the key thing that I remember is they had like a metal straw with a spoon at the end, a little like spoon kind of scoop at the end, so that you could stir it up and you could drink it while it was still thick, because a plastic straw will collapse if you try to drink like a really thick milkshake, but the metal straw stays, keeps shape. Stays rigid, if you will. And years later, I bought myself a titanium straw, and I always use it for milkshakes. Highly recommend. Better if you can get one that has like a spoon. What do you call it? A scoop? I don't know what you call that part of the spoon. But all the better if you have like a little spoon scoop at the end of your metal straw so that you can stir it up. Gosh, Entei is taunting me now. Spoop. I see a spoon scoop. Spoop. Because that would make the straw with the scoop at the end would be a spraw, I think. Or strewn. Nah, strewn is its own word with a different spelling. Spraw. It's got to be spraw. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The next stage of the setup. I may have happened to have had exactly as many repels as I need. Oh wait, I forgot to take the other. I'm saying that and I'm not taking the other repel. Hi Jigglypuff. I did not catch one of you before, now that I think about it. But Jigglypuff is rare enough that it was not worth catching just to fill out the numbers. Okay. Come on, Entei. Don't you want to have a milkshake with a spraw? You can stir it up and then take a drink. Oh, I think it moved from the battle. Now this is something I'm not sure about. They aren't supposed to move after you have a battle, but they might. They might just do it. No, it's still here. I'm just a very unlucky boy. I'm a very unlucky platypus right now. Here we go. I was also thinking for a second, like, wait, is Veronica level 51? But she's not. I made sure that she didn't go over level 50. Yeah! Had a Goyle. And it's gonna run. Now we're set. Here we go, Diglett as Arena Trap. And so we're gonna get on average like 5 or 6 turns, I think. Probably 4 or 5 turns to catch it every time we try. Also, I didn't need to fly. I screwed that up again. But whatever, I might get lucky. Yeah, I remember when I was researching I was researching building a Pokemon fan game from scratch, and this is years ago. I was researching building it from scratch, and Gen 1 Sleep and most impermanent Pokemon statuses in Gen 1 have a minimum of 2 turn duration and a maximum of 5. So after 5 turns, you're guaranteed to wake up. And you would never wake up, like, immediately from being put to sleep. I think they changed it so it's random. It's a little more random, and you can wake up on, like, the first sleep turn, basically. Or not the first one, but like the second turn. The turn after your Pokemon is put to sleep, it can wake up. At some point, I don't know when, either third or second or third generation probably. But I remember it just strikes me as like, it's one of those weird quirks where if this were Generation 1 mechanics, I would be like, oh great. I know that I have a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 5 turns to catch the Entei when I find it next time. But that is not true. You hate it when you put things to sleep and they wake up on their turn, yeah. It's true. It's like raising a baby. It's like I just put you to sleep, just put you to bed, and immediately woken up again. As if baby like getting put into a different position realized it had to go to the bathroom, had to go potty. Yeah, really should stay asleep for 2 turns. I know, right? Game Freak did not seem to agree with that assessment. Okay, now let's see. So it started in Zone 2 this time, which is really hard because it went... Oh, never mind, it changed. I've got to fly again. Dang. See, it's that 1 in 6 or 1 in 12 chance, whatever it is. And these creatures, the legendary beasts really are legendary if they're able to tell that I, like, flew. The one trainer looking for you has flown, and you must change. Actually, that's something I thought of. All of the NPC trainers in this game are static. They, like, or at best they, like, have a little movement pattern, like a little patrol. You never run into trainers that are just like wandering the world exploring like you are, except for your rival and the occasional like story critical character like Steven or something in Hoenn. I never really thought about it before. I think it's even that way in Scarlet and Violet. Like at most you might see like the ghost of another player. I mean, they're not a ghost in the sense of like Dark Souls or whatever, but like if you have, I guess you maybe have to have a Nintendo Online, but I'm pretty sure you can see like other players in Scarlet and Violet. It just strikes me strange. I want to say Temtem deliberately did that differently, like it set out to be an MMO kind of structure instead. Which feels weird. It feels weird coming from a Pokemon game, because MMOs tend to do the thing where, like, you're part of this super important plot, but, like, also, but, like, they say that to everybody. So you're, there's this illusion. It feels like, it's almost like a theme park ride, where it's like, you have to, it's like more transparently theme park ride than Pokemon normally is. Oh, you were about to say no, but you remember you emulated Scarlet Violet experience, yeah. And you kind of have to stay offline if you don't want to be in trouble. Or, I don't know, maybe you're not even allowed to connect. Maybe Nintendo Online just doesn't work there. I actually haven't tried emulating anything that has Nintendo Online. I mean, why would I? Anything with Nintendo Online, I already own legitimately on my Nintendo Switch. Absolutely. Definitely do. But your save got edited after you got all the Pokemon at the time. Oh. Man, that sucks. Is that like a bug or like something that happened with your hardware? Because Sam, that really sucks. Like it's true what they say. You really need to have like two backups on different like hard drives. Oh, it just doesn't emulate the online part, and the local area part is emulated. Oh, I see. Installed Yuzu, and the install formatted the directory. Oh man, instead of installing over it. That sucks. What sucks is they don't tell that it's kind of the nature, I guess it's the nature of open source software. They assume that you know everything you need to know. And so they'll make a decision like that and brick your information. It sucks, but it's like, it was free. Yeah, something I've done lately is to, more often than not, I'll have my like save directory and games directories outside of the emulator folder. Just in case there's like something weird. It's been a while. I think I've only used Ryujinx for Switch emulation though, and I haven't used it much. Oh yeah, I don't even know if Entei is going to come to Route 3. Let me check. I'm being a little bit ambitious here. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, you now keep your PK hex out of the Switch emulator directory because you had a backup. Oh, you had a backup of your Pokemon in a backup save, like in PK hex. Oh, that sucks. You just got rid of the PK hex stuff, man. Sam, this was a conversation I was having with myself earlier. I was trying to think of like slang, following in the practice of like Buddy, Buster, and Guy all being slang for like a person derived from a man's name. I was trying to think of like, could we take a non-gender name like Sam or Max and try to use that as like in place of man or guy? And I don't know if it's working. I feel like Max maybe could work. It feels like it's feels very forced. But that was the practice. At least I think people would say, you know, look at this like it's like a term like Johnny Come Lately, you know. We still recognize Johnny as a name, but Johnny Come Lately is like the kind of phrasing that just takes a man's name and uses it to refer to a generic person. Oh yeah, now is it Max or Maxes for plural people? I think it should be. I think it would have to be Maxes, unless we want to start unless we want to get really radical and start a trend of like we don't need pluralization in language, because you kind of don't. Arguably, you can get away with not using plurals. So yeah, I don't know. All the Max. I'm trying to think. Hey Max, I think it needs to be Max's. I was thinking like, hey Max, how's it going? Are you talking to one person or to the room? You know what I mean? I think it doesn't quite help that Max is still a pretty popular name, whereas Guy, Buddy, and Buster are really not popular these days, so it's easier to use those. Oh, you want to go for Ariel, because it reads feminine, whereas Sam and Max still read male, or maybe Ashley. Yeah. I could see Ash as like a short for Ashley. Because Ashley is more common as a girl's name, but it is also used masculine. I was looking for names that are single syllable. So Ariel doesn't quite cut it. Because my point being that if you're going to use a two-syllable name, you may as well just say person. Tracy or Tracy. Well, see, there's a thing again, is that like, to my mind, if you want to have a slang, I'm thinking single syllable slang for person. And person itself doesn't shorten very well, because then you have like, what are you going to say purse? Purse is already a noun, and it's confusion. Trace? Maybe? Peep. Peep feels very... Something about Peep feels very like summer camp, like college RA. You know what I mean? I don't... It's unmistakably a shortening of person or people, but also I don't really like... I personally don't like it. It doesn't work for me. Yeah, hey peeps. Yeah, I mean, like hear it, like listen to it, like really take it in. Hey peeps, peeps. It comes across like... It feels very much like older generation person who has a position of power over you trying to be relatable. Sprout. Well, Sprout is what you call like a child, though. Think of like Grandpa and Rugrats is always saying, Sprout. Hey there, Sprouts. I like it, but it already has the kind of... It already is slang. It already is slang for a child. Yeah. I mean, maybe those other spellings for peep. Pup? How would you pronounce that? Pup. That sounds like pup. Which is also slang for a child. Pup. These haughty pups thinking they know how to run the world. And that kind of gets away from it. Yeah, people pup. People peep. Peep. Pip. Pup. Because again, if you're saying the spelling change only helps if it changes the pronunciation. The pronunciation of peep is very still carries that same, like, you know, hey there, fellow kids, I'm just like you. I'm hip, I'm happening. I'm no square, dig. Pup. You would have to introduce like a new vowel to the English language, I think. Yeah, exactly. Steve Buscemi. Hello, fellow students. I can't do Steve Buscemi. Hello. How does he talk? Oh, folks. Yeah, I like folks. Folks. Especially with an X. I mean, I use y'all instead of hey. Instead of hey guys, I say hey y'all. But folks is a good one. Even though, at worst, I mean, and y'all and folks feel very southern coded, but I think that should not be a stigma. Fucking meat sack. I mean, there you got like, now you're talking Futurama robots. That's very Bender. Hey there, meatbags. Oh, you grew up on the South. Cool. Yeah, half of my family comes from there. The whole Louisiana, for as far as I know. They moved around a lot. And I have affection for the South. It's much like the rest of the country, has a lot to complain about. I think, did I talk about this last stream where, like, I've benefited and witnessed so much care and joy and community specifically from, like, Christian communities, that it is so frustrating how those same communities tend to treat outsiders, where it's like, you could just do this for everybody. Why are you reserving your kindness for only your own? Anyway. It's very, it's not very pious of you. It's not very godly. But you spent a bit of time in Cali, in Virginia, and settled in Florida. Wow, where your family did? See, that's all over. That's like, that's almost like hitting all the major, you know, I was gonna say plot points. That's not what I mean. Oh, they don't. Yeah, that's true. Modern Christians don't read the Bible. They say they do. But yeah, California, Virginia, and Florida. All you're missing is like Chicago and New York, and then Chicago, New York, and maybe like Houston or Austin, Texas, and then you've hit like Seattle. Seattle's the other one. You've hit all major U.S. cities. That's like quintessential American. Yeah, all the major plot points. As a native New Yorker, I feel like, oh, you can't leave New York out of it. No, Diglett! Now I have to try and put it to sleep again. Oh, 2 years in Indiana. Actually, Entei's gonna run away again, isn't it? Go! Yeah, wow. I mean, hey, so you kind of almost got Chicago then. Funny enough, it's apropos of nothing, but I was recently like indulging in some of Bob Fosse's Chicago lately. This is right. Cell Block Tango is just iconic. What was the guy, the bubble chewing guy? I forget what his name is, but he has this bad habit of chewing gum. No, not chewing. Popping. Hope that didn't peak the audio. It looks like it might have a little bit. And there he was one night, chewing gum. No, not chewing. Popping. And I said, if you pop that gum one more time. And then Mama Murphy's... Is it Murphy? I want to say it is. Mama's whole, when you're good to Mama, all the innuendo and wordplay is just genius. oh, getting back to the slang. Hello humans is too alien. Kind of. That's very, feels Coneheads. I don't know if they ever talked like that. They said parental unit. That was how the kids referred to their parents. I can imagine the guy who does Invader Zim's voice talking like that. Fellow humans, I have arrived at the party to much joy and pleasure, and now I will be partaking of drink. Fill my glass with poison. I don't know. That's kind of. It's not a good impression, but that's the character of Zim, right? that kind of encounter encompasses that. What an example of early 2000s era, like late 90s, early 2000s kind of counterculture was Invader Zim. I kind of love it, even though how gross it was and fat-phobic. Ooh, plant. Might be biased. Plant as a slang for person. The trouble with that though is you have the term like industry plant. I feel like it feels like you're accusing somebody of being duplicitous in that way. And it unfortunately, plant has that bad connotation, unfortunately. Invader Sim was good for its time. Yeah, I'd say so. Obvious plant. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should go with Sprout. Maybe Sprout does work. We're kind of an acknowledgement that we are all in the constant process of growing. Sprout. Rugrats is also a great show. A great grotesque cartoon, I would call it. Not as grotesque as Zim, but like what's the word? Not homely. Humble? I don't know. Jonah Vasquez seems to be one of those people who will admit fault and correct himself, but you haven't heard much about it. That's a good start, though. I'm curious, actually. Yeah, I'm curious about that. I don't know much of Vasquez's other work, or I don't know it by his name. I feel like, conversely, another big animation, a big giant of animation from that time, Genndy Tartakovsky, I feel like I heard some issues with him. He seemed to be a little bit of a problem guy. Even though I do love some of his shows, seem to have been kind of a problem. But he did so, because he did so much. What, in Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, which Samurai Jack has kind of a, it's a little weird to have, like, Jack, the stereotypic Asian man voice stuff, and the, like, talking about honor and things is a little bit, was always a little bit iffy. Yeah, and then, Tarnakovsky also did the, Star Wars Clone Wars show, I think, which was, like, one of the better things to come out of the prequels, although I never saw it. I never saw it, but I heard it was good. I think I did see a clip of it once of Anakin goes into this, like, icy cave with, like, reflective walls and has, like, a dark vision of, like, his future or something. It's almost like I think it's meant to mirror Luke's encounter with the cave on Dagobah. Ah, freaking Entei. Wasting my time. I will catch you, though. I will catch you. Oh, Vasquez is now a Twitch streamer. Oh, you've heard things about... Oh, no. Yeah, Twitch streamers are the worst. Although... Who was it? Was it Laura Kay who did, who streamed, the Ubisoft, thing, and instead of reacting to anything at the program, she just read off all of the accusations against Ubisoft and its employees, Ubisoft and its executives, excuse me, all of their wrongdoings. Very based. Like, well, it's serving. It's serving a lot. That was like a few years ago, though. Twitch streamers do be devolving. Oh yeah, that was thinking of it. I was looking more at video at Spectra.video, PureTube. I'd be curious. They don't. One thing that bothers me a little bit about the videos that are up there is there is a channel that shows up on the feed pretty high, because I guess they just don't have a lot of users yet. There's a channel that shows up there that's very obviously using AI-generated thumbnails, and I'm like, oh. I would hope to approach them about including some kind of policy about using AI generation, or if they don't want to broach the subject, it'd be nice to find a PureTube instance that has a ban on AI generation for in those, at least in that area. Permanence of certain AI tools I think is fine, but don't outright generate your thumbnails with AI. That's bad. And I say this as somebody who's gotten pretty adept at identifying AI. Like there's a super obvious one of like two hands holding up something. One of them was like totally a different hand than the other one. Kind of different like nail and hand shapes and stuff, and I was like, oh man. But I'm curious to I wouldn't throw Spectra.video out with the bathwater. Yeah, we got it! Entei! Oh, finally. I have to remember which Gorgon I'm naming it after. Oh, right. It's Thano. Okay. Oh, that's right. Volcanoes are after the parks. Whoops. Every time you bring Entei out of the Pokeball, a volcano erupts. Okay, you are going to be Thano, who basically nothing is written about them in Greek mythology. This is one of the three Gorgons that has like nothing written about it. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I mean, thank goodness, but also this is kind of a sad time because we gotta say goodbye to the core team members. So I'm going to do the usual thing. We're gonna check out what Entei, what Thano's stats are like. Oh, a volcano went on. It's hasty. What's hasty? You have plus speed minus defense. I like that, actually. Entei, is Entei normally kind of slow? I guess not, it's kind of bad. And it's got pressure, of course. I'm lucky I never used roar. Because that, I actually forgot that was a danger. But alright, let's get the team. Let's get the team, into the party, and we'll say a goodbye for them. And then, I don't really have a sixth. Is there like an honorary sixth team member? I guess the closest thing is maybe Nepenthes or unnamed Spiro. You know what? I'm not gonna trade him over, but I am gonna give unnamed Spiro a name. He deserves that much. Looking at Vasquez Gaming, he's got to switch to, so oh well. Otherwise plays games I've not heard of or indies. I mean, is he a career streamer? Because I don't want to give somebody a pass, but like if you're a career streamer, I think you kind of have to get a Switch 2. Otherwise people aren't going to be watching you. Like you would have to be a really big streamer to like deliberately not play the Switch 2. You don't think he is? Oh, no. Because if it's just for a hobby, then like you don't have to play Switch 2. You don't have to buy. You don't have to. But okay, we're gonna name the Spiro. And I'm gonna be boring. And it's probably the same name that I'm gonna use that I've already used. You're gonna be Halberd. But you're gonna be Halberd Junior. There you go. Unnamed Spiro has a name. Okay, I'm trying to think as well. What's a good... Okay, let me save before I forget. 66! We're speaking of Star Wars with Tartakovsky's animations. Execute Order 66. I think I gotta go to Pallet Town. I think that's the most sensible for, like, coming full circle. So we got the Core 5 on the trainer card. I'm gonna put them in that order because I'm gonna go through them in reverse order here. Or no, wait, Tansy was the second to last one, right? Yeah, here we go. Alright, Halberd Jr., you finally got a name. Thank you for ferrying me all over the place. I don't have much to say. You didn't get to fight. That was not your calling. And I'm glad to have had you along for the ride. But Voltage! Okay, Voltage, you're kind of overpowered, honestly. You excelled and went high and beyond anybody else on the team just by, like, sheer damage and speed. You're huge. And that's not to diminish anybody else's role on the team. But you're great. The evolutions are just naturally very powerful, and you are wonderful. Thank you. My modest boy. My modest Voltage boy. Which is special attack up and modest, huh? For a special attack boost. He's got 141. Voltage is crazy strong. Tansy, as a fire Pokemon who does not have good special attack, you are very much one of those underdog Pokemon, and I like Rapidash. Rapidash is cool and underutilized just because of how Gen 3 is still using the busted old separation of special and physical things. But you're great, Adamant. And you see, that Adamant's its attack up, special attack down. You even had it worse off because of your nature, and still. You held through, you pushed forward, and you did great things. I think you had some really spectacular moments during the Elite Four as well. You're great. I love you, Tansy. You don't even have a crazy good moveset, and you're still doing great. And we got Bimbles. Even as a dugong, he's still kind of lovely and goofy, and I love it. Calm. Oh yeah, special defense up and attack down, which is like kind of okay. It would have been nice to have special attack up a little bit. Oh yeah, these are all your pink slips. No, they get to retire. They've reached level 50. They defeated the champion. They get to retire after this. They're getting social security checks. But yeah, Bimbles, you're awesome. I love I wasn't sure about the name I gave you at first, but I kind of love it. It settled in and it suits you. I caught you in a place that seals are not normally supposed to be at Mount Moon. No, don't say that, Mav. Nobody's going to the glue factory. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, Tansy. It's not true. You're actually going to retirement. Like, you're actually going out, like, to live on the fields. I mean, you're going to be in Pokemon. Yeah, farm up the road, exactly. But yeah, Bimbles, you're awesome. It was a bit of a struggle on Lance. You were like the designated dragon killer, but you did a great job. And Signal Beam is a really fun move to have, even though we already have a bug Pokemon. Speaking of Venomoth, I finally got to use I finally got to use a Venomoth, and with a funny punny name. And she's docile, but she hits hard. Don't let it fool you. Don't let her nature fool you. She's powerful. Oh, Shield Dust. I forgot she had Shield Dust. It was like working back in the and passive. Yeah, Moth. Grand Moff Tarkin. She's gonna set off the she's gonna fire the Death Star. I didn't realize she has been avoiding she has been blocking flinches and like burns from like fire moves and paralysis and stuff this whole time, and like just being, I mean, that's her nature, I guess. She didn't bring it up. Didn't see the need to remind me about it. But yeah, she was great, and like her attack, special attack are okay. It could have been better, but we don't judge. She didn't get to have a good poison move because that's just the nature of Venomoths. I could have taught her Sludge Bomb, but then I'm kind of like, I kind of like all of these. Maybe Aerial Ace could go away, but like, why even? Why not keep it? Why not have the guaranteed hit move? And then finally, Frog the Second. You lived up to your predecessor's name. Impish Nature. Oh yeah, special attack down, defense up. Hey, you're also working with a handicap of sorts, same as Tansy. But yeah, you lived up to Frog. Frog, the Bulbasaur before you, Bulbasaur, now Venusaur before you, who's still around, who's still kicking on my blue cartridge, I think it was Pokemon Blue. Yeah, and ultimately living up to the Chrono Trigger character with the same name. Earthquake is a fun move to have on a grass poison Pokemon. Those solar beams, it was so fun to set you up with the sunny day and fire those solar beams like crazy, just laying waste to Lorelei and any other grass weak Pokemon. Yeah, you were great. You did great, buddy. I think almost everybody caught with a Pokeball too. I guess Voltage was a gift Eevee. But yeah, I didn't realize that. Everybody's in the same kind of Pokeball. But yeah, that's it. That's the end. That's the end of LeafGreen. Next time, I've got a little bit of cleanup. Oh no, that's not true. Next time, it's Fire Red Part 2. I have to return to Fire Red. I'm gonna start with a Squirtle, and then I'm gonna go through the whole game with just it. And then picking up a Zapdos, and we're gonna just like blast through the game. I'm tempted, because I'm worried about Agatha at the Elite Four, I'm tempted to bring a third Pokemon to the team. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I'll do it, but I might. I'm tempted. I might have to because it's kind of too good an opportunity to pass up. But anyway, it'll be so few Pokemon that we can basically, I can have like an Oddish for cutting things and a flying Pokemon and somebody with Rock Smash, and I like won't have to worry about any of that. And I also won't have to grind levels like I had to here. Although we got through the whole game with level 50s, so maybe I can do it again. And 151. Voltage got to 51. So yeah, thank y'all for joining me. Thanks, Mav, for all the good talk. Maybe one day we'll figure out a good single syllable slang for a person. Apart from Sprout. Sprout is growing on me the more I think about it, but I think maybe what was the other one? Folk is pretty good, although it's usually plural. But anyway, thank y'all again for joining me. Yeah, Sprouts. Oh no, the Sprouts, they're growing on me. Be sure to check for Sprouts. If you're not a plant, you probably shouldn't have Sprouts growing on you. And until next time, I'll be seeing ya.